There have been a number of high-level scandals in the Smash community. Panda Global, the Brawl documentary scam, and whatever the hell Thunder Gaming was.
Give it up for MVP!
Grenades are stopping its sword.
However, the biggest scam in the community has been kind of swept under the rug because most people can't tell if it's a scam. So I did what no one else was brave enough to do. Research. I spent the last few months deep diving into the Smash Stick, and some of the things I uncovered are legitimately baffling. So strap in, grab your coffee crisps, and let me tell you about the Smash Stick, the $120,000 controllers that might not exist. The year is 2017. You are listening to the top song of the year, Despacito, and looking at Twitter. The distracted boyfriend meme is used for the first time. It's hilarious. AltLab Controllers drops a teaser for a gorgeous new controller, a fight stick for Smash with a fully analog stick. In 2017, there are no box controllers. Most players are using their rinky-dink GameCube controllers with notches cut into the gates. Smash Stick starts appearing at majors like CEO and Genesis where players can demo the controller, and the feedback is pretty positive. On November 29, 2018, the Smash Stick is posted on Kickstarter with a $55,000 goal. And it fails. The funds were returned to the backers, and AltLab Controllers said farewell, promising to come back another day. And come back they did. In 2020, they came back swinging. More videos, more press, more playtesters, articles on the controller were dropping left and right. The Smash Stick offered something no other controller could. An analog stick on the left side and an ergonomic button layout on the right side that gave you access to more of your controls with less hand strain. Now the big difference between the first and second Kickstarters was definitely the marketing. Here's a video on how to set it up on Steam. Respected controller modders are tweeting about it. Here are the new bat tops. Leffin's tweeting about a controller and it's actually a positive thing. Here's a video that showcases the remapping software and angle customization. It looks amazing. Playtesters get announced, including PNW's own Captain L, who we'll come back to later. Before the Kickstarter launches, the face of AltLab Controllers comes out and says in order to make sure the Kickstarter does well, it needs to have a really big opening day. Quote, "If you are expecting to purchase a Smash Stick during our Kickstarter, please back us on day one. Having strong day one funding totals for Kickstarter is a great indicator of a Kickstarter being successful or not, as it incentivizes people who may be on the fence to back us." The prices for the controller are announced at $250 for the retail version set to launch in 2021 and $500 for the package that comes with both the retail and beta version. The beta version is set to launch in November of 2020. Keep that in mind, November of 2020. Now, $500 is a lot of money. That's a PS5. That's 432 coffee crisps. That's a skin in Valorant. Here's my girlfriend's reaction to me spending $500 on this controller.
I can't believe you said $500 on the controller. Ziggy, and you didn't even get it. It's not even a real thing. I am judging you. You don't need any more video game controllers. You already have a Smash box. Are you even gonna like playing with a joystick?
Yeah.
Would you choose it over your other controllers?
Maybe.
Can you use it in a tournament? Like,
Yes.
well, you can't because you don't have it.
That's rude.
The point is, it's a lot to ask. The Kickstarter is launched and fully funded within 24 hours. The $70,000 goal gets absolutely crushed, and that's when the promises really start to ramp up. They up the amount of beta tiers offered, they are including cables for N64, GameCube, and PC, and the stretch goals. Dude, the stretch goals. We got an extra panel with an included piece of artwork for the case. Free shipping on all units. Swappable gates between an octagon and a square. The bat ball tops from Buttercade. I was the 39th backer for the Smash Stick, throwing $500 its way. The Kickstarter closed at $126,000, which is a huge success. The AltLabs team was paid out by Kickstarter on September 12th, with beta units said to ship out in November of the same year. I was so excited, I literally could hardly wait. Well, as it turns out, I could wait. 3 years later, and no one has a Smash Stick. AltLab's last Kickstarter update was on March 5th, 2022. So, what the hell happened here? I've created this timeline to try out every single update that AltLab Controllers ever posted, both through Kickstarter and on Discord. In the interest of time, I'm only going to go through the big updates, and keep in mind that joining the Discord was optional and not every backer did it. On July 31st, 2020, the Kickstarter was fully funded. On September 15th, 2020, AltLab sent out an update detailing how the pledge manager would work and said it would come out in a few days. And then the big update came via Discord and Kickstarter on November 2nd, 2020, saying that the joystick shafts were having an issue. This would be a pivotal talking point, so I have to explain what's going on here. Basically, if the stick shaft was rotated, the values the controller would output would change, adding about a 10% variance. This makes it so the control stick would drift and not hit important values like shield dropping and melee. Importantly, they mentioned that they knew this was an issue before and thought that centering the magnet would fix the problem. It did not. The update also says they believe they found a solution. Okay, so the stick will come out in January, 2 extra months, not a big deal. The January update comes out, says that the backer kit will lock out soon, and they say, "We are proud to announce that our revised circuits and software are working. We estimate that we will be able to start the assembly process within 30 days of this post." Okay, cool. One more month, the solution worked. And the backer kit sure do get locked out. And then some time passes. February 28th, 2021. The software on the revised joystick PCBs is taking longer to complete than we expected. This is where Kickstarter updates are really gonna start slowing down. March 31st. Good news, everyone. The new ETA for the beta units is the end of May. Also, we will be delaying the retail units for obvious reasons. And we'll have a Kickstarter update next week. June 21st, 2021. Don't worry, everyone. Beta production is back on track. It's just been hard to source components for the PCBs. This also includes a Kickstarter update with beta smash stick photos. Production is back on track. September 5th, 2021. Okay, so we have sourced all the components we need except for 2, but we are still actively in talk with manufacturers. October 11th, 2021, a Kickstarter update again, finally. Beta production happening by end of year. Details how silicone shortage has been affecting the process and says the sticks will likely ship in January or February of 2022. It has now been over a year since the smash stick was supposed to be delivered, but the reasons for the delay seem pretty plausible and the updates have been coming pretty frequently. So most people aren't too awfully mad. Yet. December 2nd, 2021. The parts needed for the stick are on their way. December 28th, 2021. We are on track for getting these shipped out in January. #TrustTheLab. January 19th, 2022. Beta smash sticks are shipping soon. Update your address for delivery. Here are the storage units with the parts in it. Also, if you want to get the stick sooner, you can opt in for self-assembly and assemble it yourself. Saves you time waiting, saves them cost on assembly. February 23rd, 2022. Here's a showcase of all of the parts. Also, the new joystick PCBs are 8 times more sensitive, pull at 1000 Hz, and track both rotation and positioning to combat the issue that they were originally having. March 5th, 2022. Final reminder to opt in for self-assembly. As you can see from my timeline, this will be the last Kickstarter update posted. All further information has come from me looking through Discord announcements and messages. March 14th, 2022. Admits the solution for the joysticks does not actually work, and they really thought it would. They're gonna ship the sticks anyways, but with 2 magnets. One with the rotational issue, and one replacement for when they figure out the software solution to the hardware problem. The idea being it's been long enough, at least you'll have something to use, even if it's broken. Now at this point, it's important to remember that not only are we a year and a half past when the Kickstarter was initially funded, we're not actually being given fully working sticks anymore. Even still, people were excited to get their hands on it. And for once, things look promising on that front because May 31st, 2022, all self-assembled sticks will be dropped off at the fulfillment center next weekend. Pretty big gap. And then on August 3rd, he posts, "The fulfillment is still going forward and the sticks will ship at the end of the month." Here's where things get even more interesting. The team needs to get both the retail and beta sticks shipped by the end of the year or they're gonna eat a big fat tax penalty. So they're doing away with the beta feedback process and just getting them both shipped out by end of year, no matter what. Also, Ombre, the only person from All Out team that actually communicates with us, says he will be logging off of all socials for the remainder of the year because it's really getting to his mental health, which I would like to acknowledge is probably pretty valid because at this point, people are pissed. Every week, people are asking where their controllers are. People are fighting in the Discord. The mods are erasing whole days worth of conversations and complaints. Now, allow me to do my due diligence here and tell you that if you were sending death threats to Alt Lab team or Ombre, you're an asshole. You accomplished nothing in doing so and have probably only hindered the process. That being said, I'm pretty upset too. I dropped an unholy amount of money and I haven't been able to use the stick yet, which reminded me that Captain L was a beta tester and a mutual friend of mine. So I reached out to him and I asked him how he was enjoying the stick. Captain L never got his stick. Despite being listed as a playtester, he and presumably every other playtester never actually touched the stick. This DM made my heart sink. My faith in getting the stick is now at an all-time low. Months, and I mean months go by. A big update drops in Discord of January 2023 saying you have to confirm your address to be in the first beta drop. This is important because the update came in Discord only, meaning backers that did not join the Discord, did not see the message, and will not be in the first drop. Which would of course only matter if that beta drop actually happened. In February of 2023, another Discord exclusive update says the fulfillment center cannot ship at current capacity, so Ombre will be shipping it himself by hand. He asks anyone in the Orlando area to lend 1 to 3 hours of time to expedite the process. Throughout this process, there's been a Discord user named Genki Jam who has been closer to Ombre and given updates on his behalf. And it's at this time that Genki heads to Orlando to help with the packing process. Genki occasionally gives updates to the Discord, but importantly, is not a member of Alt Lab team. He's just been helping get these controllers out. It's been months and months since any update from Alt Lab team or Ombre. And all of the updates from Genki are nice. It doesn't seem like they're getting any closer to actually shipping out the controllers, and he's not a member of Alt Labs. Now is November of 2023, the sticks are 3 years late at best, and broken. And that's the production timeline up until this point. I am mad. I'm upset. I feel betrayed, and I feel like I've been scammed. I put an insane amount of money into a controller that I very well might not see. I fully believe the Alt Lab teams ran into some problems while creating the controller and thought they'd be able to fix it. The issue is that there have been some gaps in the story. The management of the Kickstarter has been incredibly poor, and the communication has completely vanished. Ombre's last messages to the Discord read off as incredibly hopeless and defeated and imply that the project has really been weighing on him. He speaks to the horrible DMs he has received and how much being in the Discord has been affecting his mental health. And as a human, I feel sympathy for him. If you can't meet the promises that you make, you're going to make people upset. And dropping all communication made things worse. We all wanted to hashtag trust the lab, but the lab was lying and misleading during the process. I want the Alt Lab team to fulfill the promises that they made in those Kickstarters, even if it's years late. I want to actually receive my beta unit, have time to give feedback, and later receive retail units with applied user feedback. This project is still salvageable, and I really am pulling for them. Don't let this be the biggest scam in the Smash community. Let that be Thunder Gaming. It's way funnier that way.
Wait, so you thought you were actually gonna get a controller when you contributed to a Kickstarter?
Yes.